If you expected to get your COVID vaccine this week at an Ochsner clinic or hospital, you're going to have to wait longer. In Medical Watch, Meg Ferris explains why thousands of appointments had to be canceled.
Thousands of people who had appointment dates set for their COVID vaccines at Ochsner are now back on a waiting list. What the federal government has not delivered to the state can't deliver to Ochsner, and Ochsner can't deliver to you.
When we realized that the supply was going to continue to be an issue, we said, that's it. No more new ones. Let's cancel the ones we have. Let's look at this. We will reschedule.
Here are the numbers. Last week, Ochsner got 3,900 doses to its Southeast Louisiana clinics and pharmacies. This week, only 1,950 doses. Statewide, that's 70% fewer doses. 21,400 appointments had to be canceled, and only 10% of those appointments have been rescheduled. Keep in mind, this is only for people who were scheduled for a first dose.
The second doses come in a different, so far, have come in a different shipment.
So those second dose appointments are fine. Now, everyone else will be notified and rescheduled in the same original order when more vaccine comes in. So for now, no Ochsner facility statewide is accepting vaccine appointments. So far, 86,000 people have gotten their vaccines at Ochsner. But they also had some promising news today as well.
We're happy to see the COVID census continue to decline. I know we're seeing our COVID patients in our ERs continue to decline.
Statewide, over the last 3 weeks, Ochsner hospitalizations are down from 640 to 520, an encouraging trend that doctors are seeing everywhere across the state. Meg Ferris, Eyewitness News, Medical Watch.
Again, it's important to note that these cancellations only affect Ochsner clinics and hospitals. It does not affect your scheduled appointments at Ochsner pharmacies. But right now, no Ochsner places are taking any new appointments.